to be agreed. With what club? The club is known as Liverpool. We now have a new captain for the side of Tottenham Hotspur. He goes by the names of Christian Romero. And then we also have Atalanta interested in Rodrigo Monse. You know him, he plays for Fulham, and he has been scoring very many goals in there for you. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and let's obviously go ahead and really break this down to where you guys want it. Let's see close to 200 likes much on this video, right? I've gone here to see some people complain that you don't do other clubs, but I've always told you that every time I'm doing a story, though the lead stories from Arsenal, the next two stories always come from different clubs. That means you don't even watch the entire video to obviously accomplish it, but I always go ahead to obviously do 3 stories in one Arsenal story, then the other of other clubs, and then I spice it up with 2 more stories without Arsenal videos, you know, without Arsenal stories in there. Now, this is the first story for a first story without any Arsenal news, but it's the second video of the day. So please get to know how this channel really runs and how it really operates. Now, Liverpool have gone ahead to agree personal terms with the side of Marc Guehi, and Fabrizio Romano reported this yesterday. Liverpool have agreed personal terms with Marc Guehi. Giovanni Leon is also keen on the move. Negotiations underway with Palace for fee around £35 million as total package. Deal could be done soon. Liverpool work on both Guehi and Leon, known alternative as sealed, as revealed yesterday. Now, Liverpool have gone ahead, obviously put in a very huge push and shift to see to it that all goes on well as planned. When you look at their weakest link, it's the central defense, and I'm not even shocked that they've gone ahead to go in for 2 central defenders. They are going in for Marc Guehi and even Leon, Giovanni Leon, who also plays in the Serie A. And most people thought that Liverpool was obviously going to be loaning this guy, but the decision has gone ahead to be made. Liverpool want Leon Giovanni at their club. Leon Giovanni is 18 years of age, 1.95 meters tall. He shows he's a towering of a lad, and he plays for a club known as Parma in Italy. And he is really one of those that Liverpool is looking at, and he's really good on the ball, and one of those defenders that they believe can be an understudy for both Konate and Virgil van Dijk. When we go to Marc Guehi as a player, Liverpool have always gone ahead to chase for Marc Guehi since last summer, and they couldn't get him, and you're waiting to see whether they'll obviously get Marc Guehi from Crystal Palace, because Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, and very the teams are looking for Marc Guehi, and they never got him. This time round, the captain of Crystal Palace was just gonna hit obviously lead them to a very huge triumph of the what is it called? Of the Community Shield, is also keen to join the side of Liverpool, and that's why he has gone ahead obviously agree personal terms with them. The big question is, when he joins Liverpool, where is he obviously gonna be playing, and who is he gonna displace? You know, Virgil van Dijk, he's a constant, that's central defense. Konate is really one of those that has obviously gone ahead to form a very good partnership with Virgil van Dijk. And Joe Gomez is not really a regular, because you can't rely on him as he has been an injury-prone player. And I'm asking myself, why didn't they sell him to Aston Villa when he needed him, such that they could finance a deal for other defenders in there for you? You know, Liverpool went ahead obviously sell Quanch to the side of Bayern Leverkusen, and they're left with only 3 central defenders, and they want to bring in more to obviously have 5 that can take them through the season. And I'm asking myself, why did Liverpool sell Quanch? Maybe they sold him because he's a homegrown player, and they felt like that, is it £35 million they got him through from Leverkusen, they would use that amount of money to obviously finance other deals, you know. But up front, they've gone here to do well. They have Ekitike, Vats, and they've brought in Vats, Ekitike, I think those 2. Then they've tried to obviously strengthen or balance up their fullback. Frimpong, right back, and Kokez, left back. And Liverpool is also planning to really sell off other players. Dioki, there is this other guy. Smiskas, Harvey Elliott, and who else? There are 4 players they are trying to move on as a side of Liverpool, meaning that they are still wanting to get in more and more money. And for Harvey Elliott, looks like it will happen hugely, as Harvey Elliott is a homegrown player in the mix. So that is it for Liverpool. But for Marc Guehi, personal terms have gonna have to be agreed, and he's obviously gonna be joining the side of Liverpool. Now it goes to the club known as Crystal Palace on whether they want to obviously let this player go. You understand? But I think they won't let him go, and they will obviously get in some huge amount of money. Marc Guehi is really brilliant, left-sided centre-back, and him being English, that makes it hard for him to go for a cheap, And I know minimum of £60 million is what Liverpool have to cough to the side of Crystal Palace to see to it that they really get this player. And looks like the side of Crystal Palace is obviously going to be making a lot of money, as even Eze is also going to be around that region. Watson might also be around that region. You understand? So it's really huge activity for the side of Liverpool happening in here, and we just can't wait and see how many they'll obviously get in, because so far 4 players are in for Liverpool, and as it stands, they are bringing in Giovanni Leon, Marc Guehi, and a player known as Alexandra Isak. And there is also a thought that Bakola might leave PSG and join the side of Liverpool. So Liverpool looks like they want to bring in close to 7 or 8 players this summer transfer window. I think Arsenal has gone ahead to bring in 6 so far, right? Kepa, Zubimendi, Mosquera, Gyökeres, Madueke, and Nogard, 6 players, and they're really looking to bring in more 1 or more 2. So we are waiting to see who are really going to be the kings of this summer transfer window. But so far, I think Arsenal are the kings of this summer transfer window. I don't know who else do you think. Now, Spurs have gone ahead to lose their captain, that is Son Heung-min. First it was Harry Kane, then Son Heung-min became the captain of Spurs, and he left to go to play for Los Angeles FC in the United States of America. That is a side known as Tottenham Hotspur into the mix. Now, as it stands, the side of Spurs has gone ahead obviously name their captain, and guess who it is? Christian Romero becomes new Tottenham Hotspur captain with immediate effect. Decision made by Thomas Frank, who says Christian Romero as key player, who saw Christian Romero as key player since day one at the club. Deal with Atletico Madrid was never advanced this summer despite reports. Full focus on Tottenham Hotspur for Christian Romero. Now, Christian Romero is a player I loved. Even when he was at Atalanta, he was so much linked to a club known as Manchester United. And I was telling people that however much Rafael Varane is a Rolls Royce experienced, I wouldn't go in for him. I would have gone to go in for Christian Romero, because Christian Romero has proven himself at Spurs as one of the best defenders in the Premier League. And as it stands, he has really put in a shift left, right, and center that has resulted into the club of Tottenham Hotspur even making him a captain. I tell you, Madrid was looking at him this summer transfer window, and which other team really did? Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, teams have been scouting for him, because he has proven that he's really good. And if you watched what we call United Matters channel, that is my other sister channel of sports, you've seen this for some time, and I've held this argument with very many people that I would rather go in for Christian Romero than a Rafael Varane. Rafael Varane, good player, but turned into an injury-prone player, and obviously he came in through the club of Manchester United. You understand? So, for me, Christian Romero deserves it. He's a leader. The big problem is him being an injury-prone player. That is my own problem with the lad. Because when you look at Christian Romero, he's that He's that player that has gone ahead to form a very good partnership with Van der Ven in there for you. So, when you look at last season, to show you that he was very injury prone, he played 18 games and scored 1 goal. But the previous season of 2023-2024, he played 33 games. And by the way, last season is the season where he represented leastly for the side of Spurs, because 2021-2022, he played 22 games. 2022-2023, he played 27. 2023-2024, he played 33. And you see to it that from the season of 2021-2022 to 2023-2024, his curve of playing very many games was really accelerating. But last season he played only 18. I cannot tell why, but he needs to keep himself a variable, because if you are the captain, you need to be a variable to say to it that you really give us the best of your performances in there. So wait and see how that pans out. But that is Cristiano Romero for you. He's the new captain of Tottenham Hotspur, and as they play today in what we call the Super Cup, the lad will obviously embrace it very well as he leads Spurs out of the tunnel to obviously show us what he got in there. From there, let's go to Atalanta. Muniz, who is a player for the side of Fulham, is another one whom they're looking at to obviously offload in there. Sorry, they're looking to sign or unload. He's a Brazilian and he plays for the side of Fulham. This guy looks good, and last season he played 31 games and scored 8 goals. 24 years of age, 1.85 in there. He's a lad that really looks good in front of goal. And we've gone ahead, obviously, be told by Fabrizio Romano that Atalanta are confident to get Rodrigo Monse's deal done with Fulham as talks are advancing. Muniz keen on move to Serie A with negotiations underway. So Muniz wants to go to the Serie A to play there and represent. So I'm waiting to see how he's going to be featuring that side, but I tell you, he's a deadly striker that everyone needs in there for you. And remember, Atalanta, ever since they really sold Rasmus Højlund, they haven't gone ahead obviously getting a player to obviously suit into his boots as far as leading the line there was concerned. So I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Marc Guehi. Personal terms agreed. What do you make about it? And Arsenal fans will really be a little bit afraid about this, because Marc Guehi is a player that plays for Crystal Palace, and maybe when Crystal Palace gets in that money, they will be like, we're not obviously going to be selling Eze. But I tell you, they're just playing hardball. But I think they're going to sell all these players this season. So Giovanni Leon to Liverpool, what do you think about it? Muniz to Atalanta into the mix. And then what do you make about a man known as Cristiano Romero being made the captain of Tottenham Hotspur, because he's now the skipper, for the club of Tottenham Hotspur. Rokani David is my name. Second video of the day, and the other one is coming in through an hour from now, and hope you guys enjoy it and continue to obviously show us love by subscribing. First video already in. I don't know what your thoughts are about it, but let's obviously see what your thoughts are gonna be for this second video of the day. We out. Bye-bye.